Hello, my name is Chebbi, founder of Nala Feminist Collective. Thank you to the Global Perspective Initiative for inviting me to this important event. I wish I could be there with you in this lively discussion, but I would like to contribute three main points on the theme of no women, no future. Indeed, Africa's future is female, not because it's about the future, but because the past of Africa has been female and it's a continuity of Africa. We have to now all work towards making sure that Africa's strategy makes sense to our women and girls. My first point is about the recognition of the framework in which we operate as partners. However, Germany decides to implement Africa strategy, it needs to be based on transformation, including transforming this donor-recipient relation to treating Africa as equal, as a partnership, and as a collaboration. It also means not to make women dependent on aid, but to create sustainable livelihoods. And in order to achieve transformation, we need to deal with structural violence, structural oppression, and structural exploitation. It's not about the response to the crises and challenges women face right now, because we can go ahead and list them, but it's about addressing the core soul causes so that our generation doesn't inherit the same challenges. There are many challenges to outline, but I want to focus my second point on digital justice, in particular for the access to finance and business. The example that comes to mind is when girls don't have laptops and we are teaching them coding and building programs on how empowering coding can be. And that's great. But access to knowledge without access to opportunity becomes just access to frustration. If the women we are supporting with digital skill set, without digital transformation, without investing in infrastructure, without crashing internet prices, without creating digital financial regulations, we are not solving the challenge. So women don't just need to acquire the skill set, but the freedom, the space, the platform, the resources, the infrastructure to use that skill set. If you want to support women's businesses, get them into accessible, reliable, and affordable internet. The reality is 70% of Africa's population is offline. According to the World Bank, 51% of Africans don't have access to electricity or reliable source of energy. With no energy, there is no digitalization across all sectors. And without digitalization, the most vulnerable women in rural areas, in informal settlement, in refugee and displaced settings, women with disability are out of the digital revolution and out of the one single market of the Africa Free Trade Area Agreement. So my second point is really about putting technology in the hands of African women and let them do their magic. Let them use their genius to help the whole ecosystem flourish and build livelihoods for themselves. The opportunities are endless. We just need the private and public sectors and partners to accelerate digital transformation. My third and final point, briefly, is about what I call intergenerational co-leadership. We're talking of a continent of 65% under 30. So average age of the population is about 20. But on the other hand, average age of leadership is 64. And in this conversation, we need to talk about young women specifically, because our continent's population will double. By 2050, we will have 2,100 million African youth, over half of them young women. So intergenerational co-leadership, one of our 10 demands of Africa Young Women B+25 manifesto, where we outline how young women should not inherit systems we didn't co-design and must be co-creators of policies that provide the enabling environment for the future of work. I just wanted to share with you these three reflections. There is more to unpack, but we hope with GPI, BMZ, and other partners, we can move this discussion forward. And as NALAFEM, we are committed to the liberation and financial freedom for African women and girls. Thank you.